As always, guys, this is just for entertainment purposes only. This is not financial advice. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel and welcome to stock review, namely stocks that you have asked me to review, and I want to look at 3D Biotech, which was requested. If you want to request a stock, please leave a comment down below. Now 3D Biotech, it's making a very strong claim saying it will produce UK first cultivated meat within 12 months following BSF acquisition. So what does that mean? I mean, this is pretty amazing, the first stock, but I thought we already had Ivy Farms in the UK. Ivy Farms is also producing cultivated meat. So it looks like a little bit of an overstatement to me. It also doesn't say what kind of production. I think they're referring to lab production, so that's really small scale. 3D Biotissues was acquired by BSF Enterprise, and that brought in extra cash for 3D Biotissues to continue with this production. Now 1.25 million, I can tell you guys, it's not enough to start on large scale production. So I'm not 100% sure yet what they plan to use that money for. But first I want to dig a little bit deeper into the financials. So they were acquired by BSF Enterprise. BSF Enterprise was actually looking for an acquisition target, and we can say that the price of BSF Enterprise has pretty much skyrocketed since the acquire. And actually, the stock had stopped trading during the summer because you can see here the last date was 27th May of 2021. And then the trading started again and they skyrocketed. So the company the company's valuation have really jumped. So the details of the acquisition, we can find that in the acquisition agreement. Basically BSF paid 1.25 million for the company, valuing the 3D Biotissues at 2.5 million. I want to go a bit deeper now into this reverse merger because what really happened here? Because this is all very confusing. We have two companies. One company is buying another. What's going on? So the first company, BSF Enterprise, was founded in 2018. Looked like it went to market in 2019. It had 700,000 in cash at the time that it went to the market. And then you had 3D Biotissues. And they're like a bio research company. They're doing human skin, they're doing human cornea, which is related to AIs, and latest lab-grown meat, as it's currently quite hip. They're also started doing that. So these two went together. Basically, they say BSF Enterprise acquired 3D Biotissues, and it happens to what they call a reverse merger. So that means basically that 3D Biotissues gets quick access to some funds, and it doesn't have to go through all of these issues it would otherwise have to do to try to get listed. So 1.25 million is going straight to 3D Bio issues, making the value of 3D Biotissues, like we saw in the acquisition agreement, 2.5 million. We also know that the market cap of BSF Enterprises before the reverse merger was 4.2 million. So they actually, you might have overpaid a little bit there. But of course, the public market decides, and actually the price, like we saw here, the price pretty much, it skyrocketed. So it skyrocketed to 7.8 million basically, and it's all about 3D Biotissues, guys. This is no longer about BSF Enterprises. This is now all about 3D Biotissues, which was valued in the acquisition agreement for 2.5 million, and now this is skyrocketing to 7.8 million. But yeah, you have to wonder, like, how much of this is hype? How much of this is hype? And we know that with 1.25 million, the company can never really scale to production. So what can I do with that 1.25 million? I'm guessing they plan to do the research with that. They actually might be looking at either getting acquired in the future themselves, or if they want to try to scale themselves, that means dilution, getting more investments. And the third option would be to get government funds. Have a look at Elena Walden. She talks about, she's trying to convince UK Parliament to invest in cultivated meat. Have a look.
McKinsey & Co have, for example, forecasted that the cultivated meat sector globally will be worth $20 billion by 2030. And as Anthony said, there are a lot of companies around the world working on this. On our last count, it was 107 companies globally working on this. But as a result of this massive economic opportunity, policymakers are now taking steps to ensure that their domestic markets are well placed to seize a share of this future growth. So just a few weeks ago, the Netherlands announced a €60 million investment to build the Dutch cultivated meat ecosystem. And that's just the first tranche of potentially €320 million in total over the next few years. Likewise, Israel has a national strategy in place to develop their alternative protein ecosystem. And the US has just now launched a flagship research centre on cultivated meat. So as Anthony said, GFI works across multiple regions, 6 regions globally. And from this bird's eye view, it's clear to us that amongst all these countries, the UK is uniquely well positioned to be a leader in this space. We have the consumer appetite already for sustainable proteins. Brits eat the second most plant-based meat in Europe, and a recent peer-reviewed study found 80% of Brits would be open to at least trying cultivated meat. And as already mentioned, we have the world-beating scientific expertise. Britain is a hub of academic excellence in fields that are highly relevant to the development of cultivated meat, such as regenerative medicine. However, we've seen a real lack of policy attention in the UK compared to those contexts that I just mentioned, particularly when it comes to R&D investment. And as a result, the UK is now at real risk of falling behind. So at GFI, we've identified 3 easily surmountable barriers that are currently preventing the UK from realising its potential: a lack of earmarked funding, a lack of coordination in existing research, and a lack of investment to support closer market innovation. So we've left around the room today some of our suggestions for how the UK, with a small amount of policy attention, could overcome these barriers, seize the sustainable protein opportunity, and establish itself as a world leader in the future of food.
So a lot will depend of those investments in cultivated meat by the government, I think. Are they going to start pumping money into that? We know that Netherlands pumped in 60 million. So are other countries going to follow? I think if the UK doesn't want to get behind, they will have to follow. I think for me, that's the biggest bet on the stock right now, is governments worldwide are going to start investing. If they have good, cheap technology to start producing steaks, then I'm really excited about that technology, about that company. I just would like to know a little bit more before I invest in it. But this is definitely a company to watch, and I really hope that they're going to be successful. Guys, thanks so much for watching. If you like my videos, please like, please subscribe, and see you next time.